He's been a drug dealer, a dropout Muay Thai champion, and a corporate salesman, and now political firebrand. He left the cubicle after refusing the COVID jab, lived off grid in the woods, and toured America in an RV. And along the way, picked a fight with the entire feminist establishment. Today, he's building a men's movement, preaching that without purpose, a man's life is meaningless. However, can a man who thrives on controversy also heal the divide between the left and the right? Can a former addict really teach purpose in a culture addicted to outrage? And why does he believe masculinity, not compromise, is the cure for today's political chaos? Well, today, Nico Lagan is here with us on the Jake Giffin podcast. Welcome, Nico. You are, we have a lot in common. We're both Christian. We're both men's advocates. We both enjoy the nice conflict from time to time, dude. I'm glad you joined us on the podcast. How are you?
Man, I gotta say this is wrong, but I'm gonna say that was a good introduction. Good for you. That's probably the best introduction I've ever had, and I've recorded hundreds, if not thousands, of podcasts and been on some of the biggest platforms on the world in the world. So good for you.
No,
Good
thanks,
for you,
man.
man. It was
Well,
a good
it's
intro.
you
Makes me sound like a nut job. Sorry for my language, but man, putting it all together, I'm like, yep, I have done all those things.
Well, look, man, Muay Thai champion. I think Muay Thai is actual. I think it's probably Thai slang for nut job. You might have some. You got to be kind of an insane person to step into a Thai arena. And
I had no intentions of ever fighting. Yeah, I never had any intentions of fighting. I was bullied when I was young, man. I was a coward. I was bullied. I didn't do anything. I got beat up a few times, and I didn't fight back at all. I literally curled in a low ball and allowed the guy to just beat me up. And like you said, I was a drug addict. I was a high school dropout. I sold drugs to support my habits, and I went back to school in my 20s, left everything behind, and when I went to college, I started working out. Like, I was a scrawny kid. I'm 6'1". I was 145 pounds.
ooh.
Right now, I'm still 6'1", but I'm 235 pounds.
Yeah.
So there's like I'm almost 100 pounds heavier than I was back then. But I discovered the gym at school. They had a free gym as part of the school. So I started working out. And then I started exploring martial arts. I grew up in the 80s. So I watched guys like Jean-Claude Van Damme fight, and I was like, oh yeah, this is so manly. And
I was wondering.
Oh no, 100%. I just watched Bloodsport 2 days ago. What a terrible movie that is. Man, is it ever bad? But it was awesome back in the 80s. All to say that I showed up to a bunch of gyms. I tried, your typical stuff, your karate, your taekwondo. I tried boxing. I tried kickboxing, and then I fell on Muay Thai, and I'm like, yup, that's the one. And within a year or two, my instructor saw something in me that I didn't know was there, because I was there just to learn how to defend myself, because I didn't want to be a coward anymore. Next thing you know, I was fighting. I was stepping in a ring and fighting. So, I'm a sales engineer by trade. I was not doing this because this was the only way out. I actually have a brain. You might not know this. It might not look on camera, but actually those books are not fake, right? But yeah, I didn't have to do this, right? I just wanted to, because I needed to prove it to myself, but it scared the hell out of me. Every single fight, I was scared shitless.
Yeah.
And I just did it because my instructor thought I could do it, so I did it. And I have about 10, 12 fights. It's all amateur though. But I became the belt right there. I became North American champ at 165 pounds as an amateur. So yeah.
I mean, isn't there something to be said though about, when most people, when they come to the realization that, I'm living a coward's life and I'm getting beat up, a lot of people go the opposite way, where they try to figure, all right, so you're in the political world, right? Politicians typically go the opposite way, where they recognize they're cowards in a world filled with survival of the fittest kind of mentality, the animal kind of mentality. And instead of learning how to defend themselves and fight, they hedge themselves in with laws and regulations and things that keep people from being able to touch them. And so, like there's two ways you can go. You went the way I think most men should go, which is, I recognize my weakness and I got to lean into it and figure out how not to be weak in that spot. And I don't think most guys do that. So kudos to you. I think it's and Muay Thai, by the way, one of the most, not just brutal, but one of the, I love the kicking style. I love
Mhm.
the elbows. I love
Yep.
all the way that art looks, that fighting style. That is, dude, it's and to watch Thais do it,
If
and I'm sure you're probably a savage at it, but to watch the Thais do it since the time they were like 5 years old or something, those,
Oh yeah, those guys are crazy.
those shin
How many
kicks are
times have
nutty.
I seen there was a video the other day where there was a kid, probably 10 years old, 12 years old, coaching a grown man. Like he was a foreigner, he was a white guy in
Hmm.
Thailand, and the coach is just step in, block, throw the elbow. And the video, all you see, the guy steps in the ring, parries the cross, boom, throw the elbow, knocks the guy out. And the whole video is basically to educate foreigners that that kid right there probably has 150 fights already. Don't think that because he's 12 that he doesn't know what he's doing. He has
No,
at least 10 times the fight that grown men have, because in
yeah,
Thailand you don't have a choice. Like they make
nope.
way more money fighting, like way more money fighting than they do working in factories, for example. But
Hmm.
man, you look at guys like Sanchai,
Hmm.
400 fights. Like it makes no sense. You look at professional boxing here. People, oh yes, 50 professional fight. Ooh, Thai guys have 50 fights by the time they're 10. Like, are
Yeah,
you kidding me?
right.
Like so, but they're one of the things that is unfortunate that this is not brought here to America is the spirituality aspect of traditional Muay Thai, because Thailand is a Buddhist country. So when it's brought here, they don't bring the Buddhist aspect of things. They bring the martial art, but it's so part of the culture that they don't bring the Buddhist aspect. Like I was
Mm,
taught, I'm a crew, I'm an instructor under one of the two guys that brought Muay Thai from Thailand.
mm,
There's two Thais that really brought it, as an Ajahn Suchart and Ajahn Berkler,
mm.
that brought this to Canada, and I'm an instructor under one. And the instructor that put me into the ring is an instructor under the other guy. So my
Wow.
lineage points to the two original guys that brought Muay Thai in North America,
Oh, that's
but they
awesome.
didn't really bring like the spirituality aspect. It's
Hmm.
so baked in their culture that to them it's normal. But
Right.
that's a part that's missing today. Like as a Christian, there needs to be spirituality attached to martial art. Just like when I hit the
Hmm.
gym, I see you have a gym behind you.
Yeah.
When I hit the gym, I meditate every single time,
Mm,
because I am in a more of an attack mode, because I'm working out. I meditate before I leave the gym to bring me back to center, to bring me back into a
hmm.
place of
Yeah.
peace, because I'd be very curious to see. I know those studies don't exist, but I'd be curious to see the numbers of incidents that happened with people that just left the gym, that don't take the time to bring it back to center because they don't understand the connection between their mind, their body, and their spirit.
Yeah. Well, I think most real martial artists, I think, bring it back to center. And I think,
You have to.
yeah, I think most guys who recognize the danger and like the hostility involved, like, you take a champion like yourself, no average person is, you run into the average guy in a bar that's drunk or something. It's not a thing, right? Like the guy
No,
he literally cannot do anything to you,
no,
right? And
no.
and the kind of destruction that you could do to him is so insurmountable that there's got to be a back to center, a back to grace, kind of back to patience and love kind of situation that we have in Christianity. For one, it's back to this. It, it's why I did jujitsu, Japanese jujitsu back in the day. It's using the appropriate amount of force to get the control that you need to do as much
Yeah,
damage as you want to or not want to. So bringing it back to
it's a
center, bro.
powerful thing, though. It's such a
Mhm.
powerful. It's something I would suggest every single man, especially young men, should go through his martial art.
Yeah,
Learn how to control yourself, how to become dangerous, but have it under control. Because at the end of the day, protecting your family is the number one thing a man's supposed to do.
for sure.
I will take a bullet for my wife, for my child, and
Yep.
my wife knows this and expect this. This
Yep.
is one of the. I wanted a traditional woman that wants to be a mother. She
Mhm.
expects a traditional man that will for lack of a better term, that will kill the defender. And that is not even a consideration. It's
right.
You mess with there's a possibility that my family's getting hurt. You surrendered your life. Whatever happens from here, I'll talk to God later. I'll try to explain myself.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I'll do my best to try to explain myself. But my goal, I learned those skills in order to defend her.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I learned to not be a coward. And then I started developing a style that is my own, because I did end up doing jiu-jitsu. It's never been my thing. I don't really like being on the ground, but I've learned from some of the best in Canada on how to get back up. Because in a real fight, you don't want to be on the ground. I don't care that you're good at jiu-jitsu. I know enough that you're not going to catch me in a dumb submission. Yeah. But even a buddy of mine that's he's a brown belt now. He does a lot of security work, never goes to the ground, because he's like, how many people have knives? If I'm on the ground, I'm connected to you. Take a knife, beep, 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 beep. You just stabbed me 20 times in the ribs, and I'm going to bleed out. Although I'm better than you, it's not a sport anymore. And that's the problem with Muay Thai. Muay Thai is a sport. There's rules. There's certain techniques that are not shown in Muay Thai, which is why if you step out of the ring, it's good to implement other martial arts styles like Krav Maga, for example, that will enable you to understand how to deal with multiple attackers, how to deal with knives, guns, baseball bat, multiple threat, understand peripheral vision. Because in a ring, you don't really have to worry outside of the corners. You don't want to get trapped in a corner. Or if you're like me and you like to clinch, I like to throw people around. So a corner is not a bad thing, because I will get out the corner by sweeping you around, putting you in the corner and throwing an elbow down the middle. But in a real fight, you need to be aware of your surrounding. Now, if you start adding VIPs like your family, you can block on a certain side knowing that the firearm might shoot on the side of your family. So you need to be very situationally aware, and Krav Maga does teach you that. So a mix of like Muay Thai for the elbows, the knees, the clinch, Krav Maga for the most front kick to the balls, head bunts, how to block knives, guns, and all the really dangerous stuff, and how to protect your family. Then jiu-jitsu to get back up if you ever end up to the ground, and then you can go and start taking some training in firearm techniques. Filipino Cali on how to handle fighting. Oh, well, they train with stick fights, but that's not what it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be swords. So the point is to use, not a lot of people want to train with swords, right?
Given the choice.
But I got a friend of mine that runs a school outside of Toronto, Ontario, and he teaches. He's Filipino. He will teach with the baton, with the stick, but with his most advanced students, they fight with swords. When I went there to record an episode with him because he's a firearm instructor on top of that. Yeah. But he allowed me to train with one of his more advanced guys because I don't know anything about Cali stick. Like, this is one of the only time that I did it. Yeah. But we were playing with swords. He knew I could handle it, and he knew his advanced partner, but this is very interesting. Shing! That's a different game right there.
Well, you can't beat it for the hand-eye coordination.
If you enjoyed this show, make sure to subscribe and leave a review. For more information about Jake, log on to jakegiffin.com and find him on all social media platforms. Until next time, peace and power be yours.